Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, Ridwanullah family. Jazakumullahu khair for tuning in to another episode of Ridwanullah TV. I'm your host and coach and transformer, Hussein Muhammad, working to help you live your best life in this dunya and in the akhirah by the grace, will, and for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And inshallah, in today's episode, I want to give you the 5 reasons why you should be focusing on your mindset, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And, it's very, very important for us to really look at the reality of our lives and the condition that we find ourselves in, for better or worse, or in between, or anything around that area, because, we all desire some sort of results in our lives. We all want to be able to achieve some level of success in this dunya and in the akhirah. And we definitely do not want to be in pain. So this particular episode is going to be very, very important and insightful, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, in terms of either gaining control over your life and or taking the necessary action to produce the level of results that you want to achieve, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So with that being said, what I really wanted to talk about is the first reason why you should focus on your mindset is because your mindset is the foundation of your reality, foundation of the results that you want to create in your life. So the reason why is because the elements of your mind and the internal elements of those different levels of areas, different areas of your mind and different levels of your mind will be in direct relation to whether you will produce the results that you want in your life, whether that is to get married, whether that's to, more importantly, to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whether that's to find bliss in your life, whether that's to find health and fitness in your life, whether that's to find neatness in your life, whether that's to find, family love and unity, whether that's to find freedom and wealth, whether that's to find, ummah unit, love and unity, or just to be adventurous and fun in your life. Whatever you want to do, the foundation of that, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, will be your mind. The second reason why it's so important to focus on your mind is it'll give you the framework to your success, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. A lot of us lack the necessary framework to be able to achieve the level of success that we want to achieve, and we don't have the necessary discipline. So your mindset will create the boundaries, rules and regulations for your success, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And what I mean by your mind, it is the rules and regulations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not the mind in itself, meaning that you can't just deduce some sort of meaning and whatever to be able to lead, your best life. It has to come from the Quran and Sunnah, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And, with the foundation and framework, the other reason why it's so important to be able to focus on your mindset is, you will be able to be in control of your emotions. It's a very, very important element in terms of achieving your level of success that you want to achieve, because, and the quality and quantity of life that you want to achieve, because how many of us didn't feel like going to work today? How many of us didn't feel like, eating healthy food? How many of us felt like, just smashing burgers and taking care of, some sweets and everything else that you could imagine? A lot of us have. So, once you gain control of your emotions, you're able to take care of the necessary things that you need to do, whether you feel like it or not. And that is the sign of maturity, right? A lot of the people that are immature cannot control their laughter. The person who's mature is able to control his or her laughter, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So it'll give you the sense of control that you need in your life through your emotions, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. The other reason that I can think about, number 4, is you're able to stay conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the reality of your success and the reality of having the best life possible. What I mean by that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in His beautiful kalam, Inna akramakum inda Allahi atqakum. that verily the most honored amongst us is the one who has the most taqwa, the most piety. And I feel like that's the first principle of mindset, is to be able to have the level of consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the reality of our existence. To be able to produce the level of results that we want to produce, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, is critical. It's beyond important. And the last but not least, which is an important element of the mindset, is you will be decisive by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Being decisive is one of the most important elements of our lives, because, you know, most of us are decisively indecisive or do not decide to decide, which is a decision in itself, and so forth and so on. There's so many various elements that I can go into in terms of how being decisive or indecisive affects your life for good or bad. You know, one way or the other is not better than the other. Sometimes being indecisive is one of the best things that you could do, because that's leading you to being the decisive person that you want to be. And sometimes being decisive on the wrong thing will lead you to live the life that you don't want to live, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So it's important for us to focus on being decisive. And that's one of the main reasons why we should focus on our mindset. And you know, it's very, very important to, I just want to quickly summarize and tell you one or two stories that kind of prompted me to be able to do this session, do this episode on helping you guys, giving you the 5 reasons on why you should focus on, you know, your mindset, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. To summarize, the first reason why you should focus on your mindset is the fact that it is the foundation of your success, happiness, and success in this life and in the hereafter. The second reason is that it is the framework of your everlasting happiness and success. And then the third reason is it'll give you control over your emotions, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And number 4 is that you will find this level of consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and of our reality to be able to produce your desired results. And number 5, last but not least, is that you'll be so decisive in your actions because you have this crystal clarity and this vision of where you want to be and where you are and how you could achieve that, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So it's important to realize these 5 reasons and continue to use it in your life, bi-idhnillah, because this is what we all should strive to achieve, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So with that being said, just the last few stories before I check out. You know, the reason why I started to focus on my mindset is, you know, a person who's looking for everlasting happiness and success of living the best life in this dunya and in the akhirah. I go through a lot of different challenges and setbacks and, you know, downward spirals and stepping into that IDGAF mode and, you know, I wish you would mode and everything else that you could possibly have imagined. And, you know, you tend to go in this downward spiral, of not feeling good and, you know, and, you know, it sucks because you know where you want to go and you don't have that focus inside of you to be able to do the things that you want to achieve and be able to achieve the results that you want in your life, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So with that being said, you know, I was kind of going in this downward spiral and I started watching this this free online course about how to start and grow your online business successfully. And then I realized the number one area of focus that he focused on was the mindset, which he considered to be the foundation of the success of the people who are online entrepreneurs or otherwise. And you know, the more he focused on it, I started to realize a lot of the things that I've been learning about the mindset and some of the most important elements and its intricate parts. And I've been an individual, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, who's been effectively using their mindset to be able to achieve the results that they want to achieve. And obviously I haven't done a really good job, but to whatever degree that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has allowed me, I've been pushing my hardest to be able to achieve that. But as I was going in this downward spiral, I'll tell you the real embarrassing story. So I wanted a latte, right? Obviously I got a couple of pounds here and there. So I was like, you know, you should get, you know, some latte and just, you know, enjoy, you know, whatever success that you have. And what happened was I started to think about the importance of mindset and how the shaitan could be using his tool strategies and techniques to be able to convince me to do something that will not benefit me in the long term as well as the short term. So I started to think about a lesson that I've learned about paying attention to the consequences of your actions, the results that your actions produce. And I started to realize that whatever force is pushing against me to do something that is against my nature, which is being in control of my life and control of myself, was something that was beyond me that I had to really control, whether it was my own nafs or the shaitan, the evil soul within, or the evil soul outside, which is the shaitan of jinn and ins. And then I realized I needed to start using the 5-second rule. A lot of these lessons are coming full circle. And I said, I'm going to go home and sleep early today instead of, playing around in my phone. So, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, I didn't get the latte up until right now. And I wanted to just, go home, get some good night's sleep, wake up, eat healthy breakfast, and just kind of go about my day just hustling and taking care of my mindset instead of feeling like I never want to see human beings ever again. So from there on, I started to learn more about the mindset, started listening to audiobooks, started reading, started reminiscing, started realizing, researching, and just started putting in work, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And I came up with this beautiful formula for everlasting happiness and success, or results, or whatever you want to call it, or your best life. And it's simple. It's called mindset plus action equals results. So if you take care of your mindset and you maximize your mindset and you take massive action, you'll get the results that you're looking for, as long as you keep tweaking your action to be effective and efficient. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, whatever result that you're after. So it's very, very, very important to be able to keep your mindset in check and your action in check to produce the results check that you want. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Keep that in mind. Keep hustling. Keep grinding. This is an amazing, amazing journey. One day you feel like you're on top of the world. The next day you feel like the world is on top of you. And the next day you're just on top of the world again. And it's an endless repeating cycle. But once you control your mind, you can control your life and your destiny by the grace, will, and for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I hope my insight and information has been helpful to you, as has been helpful to me. To be able to produce the level of results that I want to produce in my life. And as your coach and consultant, I want to be able to coach you and consult you to produce the level of results that you want in your life, to be able to produce everlasting happiness and success, so you can live your best life in this dunya and in the akhirah, by the grace, will, and for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to relieve you of any of your mental, physical, spiritual pain, so you can live your best life and achieve the everlasting happiness and success in this life and in the hereafter. I ask you to make dua for me and the projects that I'm pushing through, to be able to help you guys and help myself to achieve everlasting happiness and success. And to me, that is the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, Jazakumullahu khair for tuning in to Ridwanullah TV. If you've liked this video, please press the subscribe to this channel, and do not forget to press the notification button so you can be the first ones to be reminded of powerful videos like this. And don't forget to press the like button and leave your comment below if you thought about the importance of mindset, the 5 reasons and the stories that I've went through. And what are your thoughts? What have been your experience with your mindset? And don't forget to share it with your family and friends who are struggling with their mindset, whether that's mental illness or just conditions, or, working to get to the next level, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. So I really, really appreciate your time and attention. It's been a great honor and a privilege to serve you as your coach and consultant. Jazakumullahu khair, Ridwanullah family, for tuning in to Ridwanullah TV, your source for Islamic personal professional development. I'm your host, coach and consultant, Hussein Muhammad, working to help you live your best life by achieving everlasting happiness and success not only in this life, but also in the hereafter, by the grace, will, and for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.